Hi everyone.
Hi, we're
We're here to WW Gays.
And
Roya!
Yay! You guys,
I'm Nick.
I'm Jean-Luc.
And I'm Roya!
So
We love having people.
Yeah.
It's such a different energy to have somebody
Yeah.
sitting beside us than just the two of us all the time.
Yeah. So today we invited Roya.
Again, let's say it again.
Roya!
Yay!
So today we actually we're with Roya because Roya's actually a WW member. She also just
How long? When did you join?
June.
In June. In
Yeah.
June. And
Middle of June.
And she's actually a new mama. She
You
just
might hear her in the background. And,
yeah, they're actually trying to put
Yes,
it down.
I
So
have spit stains and
the joys of
scratched
being a mama.
lips and ripped
That's
out
like
hair.
Mama
My
tattoo.
child is trying to take a nap.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take a nap. So you might hear some
daddy's taking care of her at the moment.
Good daddy said, well, he'll take care of her. So
Yes.
that's pretty freaking awesome.
So today we're just gonna chat. We're basically gonna have a chat about any questions that Roya has for us in terms of WW questions
And our journey.
and our journey and her journey because she's also on a journey herself.
And it's a new journey for her because
Yes.
now she's on a journey not only on her own, she's not doing this alone. Like, and then she's got like a partner that's attached to her like 24 hours a day almost,
Yeah.
7 days a week. And that's a 9-month-old cute little baby.
Hey, but she's good for weightlifting.
Yeah, you got it.
Heavy
That's
baby.
a great way of looking at it. Actually, use her as activity.
You feel these.
Look at the pipes on her.
Yeah.
Look at the pipes. Look at the
I've been
pipes.
lifting weights.
So, anyways, let's give you some history about how we know Roya.
Yeah.
Roya and I actually work in the same field, and we met. How long ago was it now?
Probably
Maybe 4 years ago. I would say about 4 years ago, and we knew each other. We worked in the same office, but we didn't really know each other. We would say hi to each other in passing,
That's right.
and then eventually, out of the blue, I think I cohorted you to come sit near me at work, and then we became friends. We realized how much we had a lot in common, and even if we didn't have something in common,
Gay magnet.
she likes the gays.
They
That's
like
so
me. They like me.
They just like me to stick.
They
We
come
all-
to me.
It's because the gays like the pretty girls. That's why we like our fairy princesses.
Of course, right?
I call myself a fruit fly.
No, you're a fairy princess. Fruit flies are okay, but fairy princess is like mecca.
Okay, but just don't ever call me a fag hag.
No.
We
We actually have that whole. We'll have to do that explanation sometime. Fag hag. Fruit flies are good. There's those ones that socially, but for us, a fairy princess is.
I'll
like,
be a princess.
Exactly. What girl doesn't? What
Who
girl
doesn't
or
wanna be
gay
a
man
princess?
doesn't want to be a princess?
Right?
And I met Roya through
Through me.
That's
yeah.
right.
So
So we were working together, and Roya's actually seen me, myself, both of us, at our heaviest.
At our heaviest.
This is so true, though.
well,
No,
she
they
saw us
were
walking in today. What did you
big.
say? What did you say we walked in today?
Oh, well, the last time they were here was about a month after my daughter was born, and she was born in February. So that would have been, 3 months after you guys started losing the weight.
Not even.
And at
It
that
was
time-
a month.
3 months. March would have been 3 months.
No, we saw her in February. Oh,
No.
we saw her
We
in
saw
March.
you I saw you in March. You
Okay,
guys
okay,
came here
that
to
makes
see
sense.
Aria. And when they walked in at that time, they had already lost a ton of weight, and I was shocked at the time. But they haven't come through my front door since then. So when they walked through today, I was in shock because they're like a quarter of the size of the people they used to be. So,
I've lost 40% of my weight.
yeah, that's
And I'm
over
at
12.
just
Okay, so
insane.
maybe just over half.
No, but
Still,
I mean,
it's
like that's
it-
insane.
yeah,
Like,
it is
I
a
never
lot.
thought that.
Even at that time, though, I do remember thinking like, "Wow, you guys have done so good already."
Yeah.
But now to see that, I would have never thought at that time.
That we
Oh,
could have
yeah.
been where we are today.
Yeah.
No, I never thought this was possible.
No,
like,
neither did I.
if you would have asked me this like a year ago, we keep seeing memories on Facebook. I keep saying a year ago and showing these pictures. Like a year ago, we looked like this.
Yeah.
Like then we didn't know then that we would look like we
It's
look like now.
funny that
Yeah.
you say this, and I'm going to say this because it's actually my parents' wedding
Yeah.
anniversary today. It's their 51 years. We
Mhm.
celebrated their 50th last year.
On
and-
this day.
On this day, and we went
course.
to a restaurant with them, and there's a picture of us. And if you saw that picture, you would be it
Well,
would
take
be
it. It's on
insane.
your memory.
I think
Just
it's
show
on
it.
I
your
remember.
Oh yeah,
I
she
knew
remembers. She
you.
saw us
I
all the
was
time.
there. I saw it with my
But
own
this is
four
we
eyes.
don't see ourselves, right? Like,
Yeah,
I
we
saw
don't
him,
see
but to me, this is him. Like, I've said this before. All my past memories of him look like this now. I see him like this. I don't
Yeah.
see the former. Like when I see pictures of him when he was bigger, I'm like, oh my god, I didn't realize you were that big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it's a shock even for me.
Yeah.
This one's
well,
not the best picture.
You know, for me, the biggest difference in Jean-Luc is his shoulders and his upper back. Because at the time,
Yeah.
when he was really big, like he was hunched over and he had carried a lot of weight in the back of his neck and I remember because at work he'd always be complaining about his shoulders, so I go over there and I'd give him the elbow massages into the shoulders, but now it's like I can't believe it. And for you, it's your cheeks right here.
Because I lost.
You had a big round face, and so that's like.
We were shocked like with passports, like it's just looking like a passport picture and us. We're like, oh, are they gonna say? And when we were
when we went on a trip,
when we were coming back, I had to say, oh, that's me. I just lost a lot of weight. And the girl's like, and she's like, obviously. And I was like, yeah. Sorry.
It was kind of funny.
Yes.
But it's kind of weird now because a lot of people who never saw us as big before and now see us as tiny,
don't realize.
Then when we show them a picture, they're like, oh, like especially the passport. It's like some people go, "Are you sick?" You know what I mean? Like, "Are you okay? Is everything healthy?" It's a funny thing that people like do that.
Yeah.
So let's start talking about WW.
Yes.
Okay.
So today for lunch, we're actually at lunch today, and each of us had a club and a soup, and all three of us actually had a club.
We had a club, but we minused one of the bread.
Yeah,
one of the license. And that was Roya's idea actually, which was a smart idea.
I always got it that way because I just
that's one less slice of bread, and then the rest of it's 0 points because it's white meat turkey and it's
the bacon.
The bacon, the mayo if you add it.
And
we don't eat it. We add cheese to ours as well. So.
But we weren't home and we
Right, but you were asking about points for that. How we would point that out.
Yeah.
And you were asking that. So we had a bowl of soup and it was tomato lentil, but there was cream in that soup for sure. Cream or milk of some kind.
5 points.
So it was a cup. It wasn't even a bowl. It was like a smaller cup. So I would say at least 5 points for that. And then like we
just
were saying,
for the cream,
just for the soup, yeah.
Because everything else was
everything
free.
else. The beans were free.
Sorry, zero. Not
Good
free.
point. Yes.
Not free.
Zero.
Not free. Because that's so true.
Yeah. My Weight Watchers leader Lynn beats.
They've been doing the same
like,
to
it's
us
not
too.
free.
Yeah.
It's 0 points.
You're still eating it. It still costs.
It still costs you. Yeah. And then but you also have to consider who knows what type of oil they used in that as well too, right?
So we ended up rounding all up. Like I think it was 25.
We did 25 points
for the lunch, which is and then Roya, you asked us
how many points do you get a day, Roya, if you don't mind us
I have
asking?
33.
33 points a day.
Okay. And so for me, a 25-point meal is a really
big meal.
High-point meal.
That's all the points I have for the day. I have 26.
Right, because isn't that the lowest you can go?
23 is the lowest you can go.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought 23.
He's at 31 now.
I'm at 31. I made it.
Really?
Yes. So when I made my lifetime, I made it all the way down to 26 points when I hit my goal weight. And after you hit goal weight, they up you 6 points. And then they play with those extra 6 points because they want to see how you can maintain. Because what's going to happen is when you go on maintenance, they say your body's going to have to adjust on how to maintain this weight. So how you're going to have to do that is figuring out what is your perfect point range.
Right.
And I was lucky at 31 points, I was able to maintain. And I actually have lost some weight in maintenance. But I fluctuate between 171 to 175 or 176 is where I play with my weight constantly. And I'm on maintenance I'm not on maintenance. I'm on lifetime right now, 3 weeks, but I'm still weighing in every week because I don't want to take a chance that I only need to weigh in once a month now. And then boom, that 1 week that I don't keep track and I don't.
2 weeks ago, I gained 7 pounds, 7.4 in 1 week.
In a week, he gained 7 pounds.
Or did you do anything differently, or?
I didn't go to the gym as much.
Oh, and guess what?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could go in and grab that.
I'm going to grab it because I need to show my.
Yeah, but so I didn't go to the gym as much. I didn't eat that off. Like I was still eating correctly, and my body just made that way. My body just some weeks I gain a lot, and then this week when I went to weigh in, I lost 3.6.
You brought it with you.
You sure did.
So we said earlier, we posted
a live video when we were walking to lunch, and we told you guys we ate a bag of chips. And I should have done it like I did last time.
Oh, and you brought me a Reese's Pieces.
Donna. So we ate these chips, and I will tell you this: they were the best freaking chips we've ever had.
Chips?
They were delicious.
Disgusting.
They were absolutely
really good.
Delicious.
It's almost like a subdued ketchup.
It smelled like it was almost like tomato soup with basil. If you even
don't.
They smelled so good.
Oh, they do smell.
They smell delicious. They were delicious, but guess what? They're no longer in our house.
Yeah.
We were sitting down last night, and we can't lie. We indulged like there is no tomorrow. And this is the new thing. I don't know if we've told you, but we no longer consider eating things that we're not supposed to eat cheating. We got rid of the word cheat. Because cheating makes you feel guilty.
Because you're not
makes you
cheating
feel
on
bad.
it. It's your life.
It's your life. You're not cheating. Like, this is not cheating. And I had 2 of these already today, so I'm not going to have another one, but I brought one because I wanted to admit that I did eat 2
When
pieces.
did you do that?
When as soon as I walked in the door, honey, I told you I was going to
His
have
like
one.
radar for chocolate, we're like, boom, boom, and he went straight for
I
them.
will say this, the only reason is because the bag was open. If the bag was
That's
closed,
what
I would never have touched
He's
it.
not allowed to open those until he takes them to work.
Exactly. That's
Because
exactly
I won't go
because
for
I would
those.
not open it.
There's, just for reference, there's like
There's
3
boxes of-
big boxes of 50%
sweets.
off Halloween candies.
2
sitting on
boxes
my-
of chocolate and a box of gummies. Trust me, I've been eyeing them since I got here.
I'm looking more at the chips.
And he's looking at the Pringles.
Yeah.
But it's insane that when something's open, of course I'm going to go to it. If it's not open, I won't even think about it twice.
And that's the truth. So one of our rules now is we no longer bring anything in the house that's unhealthy.
That's very smart.
Wherever we go, we can have what we want.
Yeah.
So like today, since we're here, say if we're having dinner here, we would have steak if it was here. We would have whatever we were making because we're not going to tell people. We're not going to be those people who are going to walk in people's houses like, sorry, I'm not eating that because I'm on
WW.
Yeah.
It's we still have to live our lives. If we want to make this sustainable for the rest of our lives, we have to be able to cognizant that we will have situations we have to eat stuff that we normally don't eat at home.
And guess what? This is my journey, not somebody else's journey.
Mhm.
This is the journey that I'm deciding to take and I'm deciding to travel on.
Yeah.
If people want to support me in that journey, 100%.
Yeah.
But I cannot force anyone to support my choices and the choices that I want to make. So I need to be able to be adaptable to other people's choices and what they want to do with their journey.
Well, I remember in the summertime, every year Jean-Luc and Nick throw a summer party. And there was, I think, 3 or 4 other people, aside from them, who were also on WW that showed up. And they had everything that was laid out for food, and they, trust me, they put food out. Like, it's all about the food.
Yeah.
And
We love to
but
cook.
everything was done with WW in mind. So when I got there, Jean-Luc and I walked around the table and he said, this is 1 point and this is 3 points and that is this and whatever. So I got to make my choices, but it was like really, really fun to go to a party where I didn't have to worry about any of that stuff. I could just go and I knew exactly what was what and just take it and go eat it and guilt-free, and most of it was guilt-free anyways.
Yeah, and that's funny that you mentioned that because our parties never used to be like that.
No,
like,
they used
even
to be
when
deep fried pickles
Oh
with
my
cheese.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that was for Pam's birthday. when we had
Yes,
the deep fried
oh,
pickles.
those pickles were,
They were
so
amazing.
good.
They were like,
But
they were-
you don't like
I
pickles
don't like
though.
pickles.
he doesn't like pickles. But it's funny that you say that. We've noticed how we've even evolved because when we were on WW way back in the day and we'd have our parties, we'd just make anything. We didn't really pay attention.
But
to
now we
WW.
actually care
But
about.
now we're like, you know what? We worked our butts off to do this, and we want to make sure that there's food for everybody now.
Mhm.
Food that we feel like we know we can actually have. You can't control what people make for you, but you can control what you make for
yourself.
everybody
Yes,
else.
and actually shortly after that party, I had a few people over for a barbecue.
Uh-huh.
And two of the people that were coming were also on WW. And so I did the same thing where I calculated what everything was going to be, and I told my friends, save 13 points for this dinner because
That's
once
what you
you've
need.
eaten everything, you will have eaten 13 points.
That's amazing. That's
And they were like
cool.
super, like, it is anxiety inducing for me anyways. I don't know about you guys or your viewers, but when I go to a party and there is a big bowl of chips sitting there,
Mhm.
and there's like deep fried whatever sitting there, and there's the chicken wings and the meatballs and the whatever else, and I love all of those things and I want to eat all of it, but I can't.
Yeah.
So,
there's tricks.
and to say that I can't is not right. To say
can.
it's portion control.
Yeah.
But this is one of my major problems and something that I struggle with is once I go there,
You
I
can't.
can't stop. It's like a train and
But what you have to do is put yourself like. So that's an issue for us too. Like for parties, it used to be a big
Parties
issue.
are the
It just-
hardest.
it's not just parties though. Like last night I ate like probably 7 of those Reese's Pieces peanut butter cups.
Mhm.
Because
But
once I go there,
when
I
you took
can't.
him though, did you take him all 7 at a time and walk away, or did you take one and walk away?
I like took 2, and then I'd like come back and take 2 more, and then I'd come back and take 2
So
more.
one trick is reduce it to 1 all the time. Never take 2.
Never take 2.
So for each 7 of them you've had next time, you will walk up and do.
You'll
each
only
walk.
have 4 instead of 7.
Whenever we have any snacks at home, no matter what it
7
is,
trips instead of-
whatever we do at home,
True.
I'm just kidding.
But I'd rather you get up 7 times than only
Yeah.
get 4.
Ah, that's a good
and
point.
you're walking all the way here 7 times instead of 4 times.
And then guess what? Next time you do it, every time you grab it, you bring it to a new place in the house further than where you're at.
Well, it was here.
Then move it
Which
down.
is the far. Oh, I.
bring
Move it,
that
bring it to the
further.
garage. I'm not lying.
No, it's tips.
That would work.
It's just
That
tips
would
to
work.
push you
Because
to
I
go
would
back.
not want to go outside.
Yes,
exactly.
To
Have your
go.
one. Have your one. Bring it to the garage.
It's brilliant. I love it.
It's just like
I
whenever
love
we
that.
have snacks at home, we always follow the serving size, and we have one serving.
Yes.
So
Or
that
we
we know
split
for
the
sure
serving
that we
in
don't,
half.
yeah, or we split it in half, like so that we can each have it. We never bring more than that one small bowl because we know we're the same way. We'll eat the entire thing at once, and we won't control ourselves.
Last night,
And it's mindless.
Yeah,
Like it's just literally.
last night, this bag of chips was divided into
three
3
bowls.
But technically, we could have ate it all in one sitting, but we said, you know what? No.
We
It's
spread it out
divided
for the whole
into
night.
3, so we spread it out within an hour and a half to 2 hours. We ate it
Yeah.
because it was near the end.
But back
of
in
the
the
night.
day, we would have had 2 bags like this.
Oh,
Easily.
a bag each,
Yeah, a bag each.
and we never.
And we would have just
Yeah.
finished it.
See, what I love to hear is that you say back in the day you would have. Now, there are days where I can take the one serving from the label
Mm-hmm.
and control myself, and there are days where I can portion it out. As soon as I'm done, I'm right back at that bag.
Okay.
So, and I don't know what the difference are. Like I haven't
So
really.
on those days, then you would find ways of things that you like that are on 0 points.
Yeah,
that
part
you
of your
can
0
snack
points.
on.
Yeah.
So like we love fruit. Like
Love
I was just
fruit.
saying earlier when we were in the kitchen. I
And
love
everybody
apples.
has to be
Everybody's-
careful with fruit because
Yeah.
everybody's sugar intake on the fruit is
Yeah,
different.
but for us it works.
It
Fruit
works for us.
Bananas are my food.
Yeah.
Or if you like eggs, like make your
Love.
get
hard-boiled eggs
eggs
in
and
the
make
fridge.
some ahead of
I
time
do,
you're ready,
yeah.
and then
Always have it in the
pop
fridge.
one
That way
in.
you have a snack. It's a
Yeah.
quick snack.
And
it's
so
easy.
whenever you get to that point where I want to have chips again, you go have that. It's like,
You
if
have
you're
that
really,
other snack
if you're really
instead.
hungry, you will eat
You'll
that.
eat
If you're
that,
not
yeah.
hungry, if you're not hungry for that, it means you're not really hungry.
Yeah, that's such a good way
That's
of looking at it.
interesting. I've never thought
If
of
you're
that.
hungry, that egg will satisfy you just as much as those chips. It's if you're not really hungry, you're craving because you're craving that
You're
sugar
craving
or
it,
whatever.
Yeah.
That means you're not really hungry. You're just
See
craving
the
that.
sign that
Yeah,
he
yeah.
uses?
Yeah, he's got a little bit in him. a little bit. But it's true though. Like we end up a lot of times when you have that one portion. But the thing is too, is if you're gonna start having your portion sizes of your healthier snacks, those snacks technically shouldn't make you as hungry as these snacks full of sugar and full of all these
Yeah.
things that are
So
making you have.
say
those
one night
cravings.
you're at home and you want to have chips and you do the portion size and you're like, oh, I want more. That second, go have something.
Go have
else.
something else.
Yeah.
Have something
I-
that's.
It's interesting. My journey started in June,
Mm,
July, August. I was amazing. Like I consistently lost every week. I did not go off program.
can we ask you how much you lost if you don't mind me asking?
Yes. So I started at 282, and I.
Actually, you
dropped
started
down.
tweeting 7. Because when you first gave me your weight before you started, you were 5 pounds higher than that. You had lost. 'cause
Right.
Roya had lost weight working with us before.
prior to.
Prior to
that,
joining
she had
WW.
lost.
Uh,
You had
and
lost.
that, okay, so like if you really want to backtrack,
Yeah.
like when I was 29, I lost close to 60 pounds,
Wow.
and I was down to 205 was my lowest adult weight, and I started then at 256, so I lost 50 pounds, 56 pounds, whatever, and then I moved away, got ballooned back up again, and came back here at 291, and then I lost all that weight again.
So you
Down to
yo-yoed as
220.
well.
Oh, yo-yoed up and down and up and down and up and down.
Right.
And so, and I've done Weight Watchers before. When I was like 16, I was on Weight Watchers. So
Mhm.
like this has been like a lifelong
For
thing,
him too.
right? So
Well, back then, Weight
this
Watchers,
time-
now WW.
Yeah.
yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
WW.
But this time I've lost a total of 25, but
That's amazing.
I've gained some back now.
But that's the thing. So I think one of the things that a lot of people think when they think of WW is you're thinking,
You're still treating this as a diet.
yes.
You're still thinking of it, I should be losing weight all the time. It should be consistent.
I understand that, but so this is where I'm going
Okay.
with this is that like, so I did really, really well for 3 months. I did not go off program. I barely touched my weeklies sometimes. And then something just switched.
The fall happens.
Right, but then, and then I got back on, and it was fine. So I gained 6.5 pounds in like 3 weeks. Not terrible. And in 1 week I lost the 6.5 pounds, so I was back
I
at
remember that
25.
actually. I do remember that.
And then the week before I went to Texas, which was 3 weeks ago now, I don't know what happened, but I gained like 10 pounds. And I've lost since, but it's like, it's back and forth now, and I'm really struggling to just get back to where I was consistent. And it doesn't have to be a consistent loss.
It might take you till January before that happens.
Yeah.
This is a very hard time of year.
It could take me the rest of my life.
It
You
could.
never know. Like I
as
get
long as
that.
you always have your mentality that you want to go back to that.
And
that's all you need. It's just,
my trouble is like I could switch it on and off and on and off. So I could literally eat that chocolate and then switch it right back on. And then like later on I'll be like, ooh, chips, and then I'll eat that, and then I'll be like, okay, no. But it's like getting back and like really making the effort
so I'll tell you
stick
thing,
to program.
one thing
It's making that commitment to yourself.
Yes, exactly.
It's making that
And
commitment.
not just
That
that, one
absolutely.
thing that we did that really kind of worked for us was our detox.
Yeah, the detox.
Where we cut out certain foods for a long time, and because we cut them out, we were no
They
longer
s-
craving them, and now we can control when we
They
have
say
them.
creative.
That was
I'll tell you
pre-January,
right now,
though,
that was
right?
January to March.
January to March.
Oh, I thought it was pre-Weight
No.
Watchers.
No, we did it from January to
January to Weight Watchers.
yeah,
January to March was
April
the 3 months
1st.
of nothing.
We didn't drink.
We didn't do.
We didn't eat chips. We didn't eat
anything.
chocolate.
We didn't eat bread, no pasta.
We got rid of all the stuff that were very trigger, like cheese for me.
Yeah.
And so, and then after 3 months, we started reintroducing some of them. But then when we introduced them, we weren't. It wasn't like before. Now I can take a sort of like we had all this week. We had little bags of chips.
Of cheddar cheese chips from Halloween.
Yeah.
We only kept 6 bags.
And
We
our
gave
deal
all the Halloween
was
food
that
to our
our deal
neighbors.
was that we were allowed one per night, and I stuck to it. I had one per night.
Yeah.
Before
We would.
I would have ate the entire
all
thing.
6 bags.
Even if I would have been on WWE before, I would have gotten up and be like, "Oh, I'll have another one. Why can't I have another one?" This time, I didn't do it because now I know how to control myself, and also that like I know how it felt. What it used to be feel like before I went on this journey, and I don't want to be back to how I felt then. I was so unhappy and so in pain all the time, like indigestion, sore stomach. So I don't want to go back to that. So that's what's keeping me in track. So until you get that switch into your mind, like I don't know if you have a huge difference between. Do you feel like do you get a huge difference between when you're eating healthy and when you're not eating healthy?
Yeah. Have you felt that difference yet?
Like heartburn, indigestion.
Well, I used to get a lot of heartburn and indigestion. It was definitely related to what I was eating, but this is like earlier in my 30s.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I haven't had heartburn since I was pregnant. I had really nasty heartburn when I was pregnant, but I was also stuffing Big Macs down my face. Like I was eating a Big Mac probably like 3 times a week for 9 months. So I gained a lot of weight while I was pregnant, but I also had no self-control when I was pregnant. And as a result, I had heartburn. I was vomiting like at least once a day for the whole 9 months.
Yeah. I remember that too.
It was awful. Like I was working. I would be sitting in my
And
cubicle.
she's like, I gotta go.
And I'd have to tell the deaf person on the video phone, just like hang on 1 second and like go off camera and vomit into my my bucket. It was awful.
Yeah.
It was really, really bad.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I
think that's what a huge difference for us this time is there was such a stark difference between how we used to feel and how we feel now.
And it goes to show you too the difference between a woman being on program and doing WW and a man being on program and doing WW. We do have a lot of differences. And
a lot of the stuff we do might not work for women.
We can't do the comparison.
Yeah.
Like we can
give tips.
Yeah, you guys don't know what it's like once a month.
We don't.
Us,
we don't.
Know.
And
if you want to know what I'm like, ask him.
We commend all women because
for
we understand
everything they go through.
Someone's weight journey as a woman is so different than a man. You guys have so much more.
You carry it differently.
You carry it differently. You lose it differently.
Hang on to it.
Your 5 pounds your 5 pounds loss is like maybe equivalent to 15 for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes you
the amount of strength and effort.
Yeah. The amount of effort for you guys to lose 5s, we'll lose 10 in that amount type of deal. You know? So it takes,
I think,
and that's different
genetics.
for every woman.
That's like, you know.
And I think
biology,
metabolism has a huge part of it. And I think what ends up happening is we can't do a fair comparison, but you have to realize that whatever you do, you can't look back on a negative thing if you've done so well. If you've done more good things than bad, don't let that one bad thing ruin it for you.
Yeah.
So the quote that I use all the time, and I don't know if you've seen it on our page at all, the quote that I use is, this journey is like as though right now you get in your car and you're driving to Los Angeles. On the way, you get a flat tire. Are you going to sit on the side of the road and that's it, you're done?
Sorry, don't call AAA.
You're done, you're just sitting there.
You're just like, nope, I'm done.
It's the same thing with this. You might get a flat tire, you might have your whole car might get totaled along the way.
Well, you have to go line in
I'm never driving to Los Angeles ever again.
Where you gain like the 10 pounds in 1 week. It happens. It happens to us.
That's
The
not
thing
a
is that-
flat tire. That's like a.
That's what I think. Your car was totaled.
Your car
Someone
was completely
snipped my
totaled.
brakes.
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing. It happens. But as long as you say, I'm fixing the car and I'm going to keep driving, that's what's the important part. Because you can't.
I've seen that in my journey so far. I think it's just a matter of like how committed, you know. Like
I think what ends
it's
up,
a struggle.
I was just going to say that. It has to do with the commitment you want to make to yourself, because you're not making this commitment to anybody else but yourself, and you have to be accountable to yourself and not hate yourself for being human. Because we are all human beings.
That
We all
hatred is
make-
not a good thing. It's
no,
actually
that's
deterrent.
actually what makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can just face your demon and say, guess what?
I ate it.
I ate it.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Tomorrow is another day.
Look at
I'm
your
not. I'm
No, because you know what, Roya, we'll be honest. We used to be the same way.
same way.
Like the way that people, like most people that tell us about this, when they indulge too much or they go, I went off for a whole day, I feel horrible. I'm like, yeah, you can't feel like, oh yes, I went off and feel great about it, but you can't hate yourself for it. You can't.
Did you enjoy that piece of chocolate?
Then
Yes, you
enjoy
did.
it.
Actually, I know the very night that derailed me, and come to think of it, that was the beginning of the ball rolling. It was Ray's birthday
Oh, okay.
up in Huntsville.
Oh,
Because
okay.
ate a bunch.
He had a big party, and that whole weekend I ate everything that he had to serve, and it was all like really. There was a lot of like burgers and things that were not good. Cake. I ate cake, like a lot of cake.
We like cake.
Yeah, be like,
You like
Is
cake?
he sleeping?
Yeah.
So one of the yay, sleeping baby. So one of the things I was gonna say, and the thing that I think it is you seen from what I'm gathering is when you get derailed, you do remember or you don't remember. So start writing yourself, instead of just your tracking, start writing yourself a food journal. Not what you're eating, but what you're feeling when you're eating certain things.
It's not a bad idea.
You know,
actually.
start putting it down so that way you can say, okay, today I had this and look at this, I'm feeling good. And not talk about the points, because if you want your points, you have the app for that.
Yeah.
But talking about what you eat and how it makes you feel. That way you can go back.
Because you can
and
go back
say,
and say,
They should add that feature
that would be
to
a
the
great
app.
feature to add to the app.
Like
Where-
just
Like a journal type
even
thing?
even if it's just like a,
check
button
mark,
that you hit
yeah.
that is like
Make
a
me feel
happy
good
face
today.
or like
Yeah.
you
like,
know,
how you're, like on Facebook.
But
how
I
you're
think
then you
feeling.
can look back and
Yeah.
go,
yeah, going back to saying, oh, well, I had this today and I felt really good. And then even going back and saying, guess what? I had 3 pieces of chocolate today, but at least you know, and putting reasons why you had it. So that way you know when you're having those moments again, you can say, okay, what did I do the last time I had a bad day? And I'm having one today, what can I do? So you can go back and look at it and say, I'm not going to have those 3 pieces of chocolate, I'm going to have 3 pieces of fruit instead today.
yeah.
And see how
And
that
it's hard.
feature-
We get
it's
it. Like,
not
this
easy.
is this. Like,
Yeah,
you've been
it's
doing this.
really easy right now
Yeah.
to sit when
Yeah.
I've tracked my lunch.
Yeah.
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 I'm on like a good path today, and then it's easy now to go like next time I'm
But
gonna
I think,
do
but I
that.
think, but I think that's
But-
what you. I think so. Wake up every day with the thought that you will try your best, and if you don't succeed that day, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
The next day is another day.
Tomorrow's
To
still
try
there.
again,
Yeah,
and as long as you have,
I think-
you keep trying, you'll be fine.
absolutely, and I agree completely. You run into trouble with that when every single day is the same mentality, and you run into trouble every single day, and it's about switching it off. And like, how do you switch off that running into trouble part? Get rid of it, not permanently.
But
But
I
on
don't
a
think you're,
regular
I don't think
basis,
you're
like
at that
how-
point where you're always going off. Is what I'm saying. You're not reaching that point where every single day.
It happened since
Every
that
single day.
weekend.
Every single day.
Not every single
you're not.
day.
That's what I'm saying. You're still trying on those off days to try to go.
Most days?
Yeah, but
Okay.
you're still
But
trying
I'm
to go
trying,
back.
But she's
I
being
agree.
honest about it,
Yeah.
so that's what's good. Is if you're saying you're being honest about it, and you're saying most days you're not on track, that's now when you have to start saying, okay, guess what? I need to start learning how to be on track more days than none. So start slowly.
Yeah.
Say, guess what? I'm gonna do 3 days on track, and then I'm gonna have
I just
a bad
want
day.
that blue dot.
Yeah, get your blue dot. Yeah.
Get me
Yeah,
my
blue
blue
dot.
dot.
Well, then challenge yourself. In the sense, get your
Yeah.
blue dot 5 days in a row. That's it. 5 days in a row. Get your blue dot 5 days in a row.
And if I don't
And then if
get
you
it,
don't,
then I reset the
You
next.
start all over for 5 days in a row.
Okay, 5 days in a row.
5 days in a row.
Next time you see me, you will see.
And that's the thing we
that
wanted
I
to
have
actually.
more than.
We
That's
want to.
what
We want
we
to
actually
give
wanna
you.
do. We gotta
Give
give
you
you
to
a
the
challenge.
challenge. So we want to invite you back to the show.
We're not
about
giving you. We're not giving you a pound challenge.
no pound challenge.
What we're
no
gonna
pound
do-
challenge.
what
we
we
want
want
to see
in a
you
month.
now in a month.
And see at least a loss.
Or no, whatever you've seen. We want to see the change. If-
Another thing we want you to write down next month is every time, and use your phone, just create yourself a note, and every time you see a non-scale victory, something
Yeah,
that
an
makes you
SB.
feel, oh, this is so much easier now than it used to be. Write it down.
Okay.
And so next time you show up, we'll go through that list and we'll go through how you feel now. And like I said, it's never easy.
Mm-mm.
It's never
Even
easy.
after you
It's
lose
still
like
not
that
easy.
much?
It's
Trust me.
still, every day
Really?
is still a struggle.
Well, what the hell, man?
I will tell you this. I feel younger than I've ever felt. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm in my 20s.
But we're always cognizant.
that's
But-
nice. That's
But
nice.
I will say this. I always thought the magic thin wand was going to come upon me and my life would be perfectly flowers and roses and everybody's going to think I'm this and
Oh
every...
my God.
And it's not. You still have a lot of mental health issues that you still have to deal with.
Yeah,
that
the stuff that
you-
got you there in the
Yeah,
first place.
there's a lot of stuff that, and now you're dealing with it in a totally different aspect because that's no longer the person you used to be,
No.
but you still have remnants of that person in the back of your mind,
You still feel
and you
fat.
still feel fat. You still
I
feel.
remember
um,
being 205 pounds, which I looked damn good. I look at pictures of myself then, and I no, but you should have seen me then. Like I
It's
looked
like
hot.
Barrett.
No, seriously. And then I remember how I felt at the time. Looking at it, I'm like, oh, why did I feel that way? Because like if I didn't feel that way, I would have never come back to where I was before.
Yeah.
It's just like once you get there, you think it's gonna switch, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's a constant struggle every
It's
day,
constant
even
struggle.
for us.
Yeah.
The thing is that we've learned now is we've learned to balance everything.
Yeah.
We've learned that we love food, so let's try to make it as possible that we can eat healthy as much as we can, trying to disguise our healthy food as unhealthy food.
Yeah.
So we've created recipes that make us feel like we're eating
Which
unhealthy.
I'm guilty. I know that you post videos of your recipes, and I need to go and watch them and take some notes.
So that's one of the things we do. And then what we've done is at home.
And it's difficult when you're someone that doesn't, if you're not a cook, you know what I mean? If you don't like to
Oh,
cook.
that's what I wanted to ask at lunch, and then
Yes.
Yeah.
was so in their home. My understanding is that he deals with prepping and cooking and
I
making the meal plan, and Nick is the support staff for that.
I am.
In my home, I'm the Jean-Luc, but I suck at it, and I feel sorry for my partner because all he eats is like chicken and a vegetable and a starch. If he's lucky, he gets a starch. If I'm not tracking that day, he gets a starch. So
I love
like,
your honesty. That's awesome.
so I need to find ways, and it's not meal prepping, but like ideas. Like, where do you come up with your ideas? Where?
So is there a food that you love, absolutely love?
Yeah.
Okay,
Obviously,
say
how
that.
do you think I
Say
got
a dinner.
it?
No, say a dinner you know
Yeah,
you
your
love.
favorite
Say a
dinner.
favorite dinner.
Oh God.
Something you would absolutely adore.
There's too many to choose
Just,
from.
just anyone. Just
Okay,
anyone.
okay. I pick shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's
okay.
pie. So shepherd's pie, the way you make it would be probably ground beef, right? And potatoes and corn.
Am I the cook or are you the cook? Since I'm the one, you're answering the question here.
Wow, just
He knows what goes in.
I know what goes in. Go ahead, honey. I'll just sit here and drink my tea.
He's
Don't
actually
forget to look
drinking
pretty.
tea.
Don't
He's
look-
actually
he looks
drinking
pretty,
tea.
too.
So, anyways, as we were saying, the shepherd's pie. He was saying ground beef, corn, potatoes, right?
So okay, let me try. Okay, replace the ground beef
with
with ground turkey, obviously.
Yes.
With
or
butts.
ground chicken, if you want.
But
Either
it has
or.
to be 99.9%.
99%.
And then
Yeah.
the ground turkey you can put in.
I have a timer going on.
In the ground turkey you could put in beef bourvil, which is like a stock and dead
What
stock.
he means is the bouillon
Yeah,
cubes.
bouillon.
But they're not
Not
fancy
it's,
version.
It's
It's liquid.
concentrated liquid. It's
Oh,
a beef
okay.
concentrated
I'm sorry.
liquid.
And you put that in,
You
and
put
you
that
mix it
in.
in with the turkey. It tastes like beef.
It makes it taste like beef, but it's not beef, and it's
Oh.
0 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you take a picture of it? and send it to me?
Actually,
and
yeah.
then you put.
Then after that, we put corn, but we don't
I
put.
don't want to say it because
We don't. Also, we don't use canned corn anymore. We refuse to use canned corn
Ew.
anymore. We use
Canned
fresh
corn.
corn. We actually buy it. boil
Okay,
it.
I use frozen corn.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
what I
that
was doing.
fancy.
That works too.
That works too. But
Do you like
we
cut
cut
it
it
off the
ground.
cob?
Yeah.
That is way too much work.
Yeah, we
You
like
guys-
it better.
like it.
We enjoy it.
Tastes better.
It
Yeah,
tastes
it's
better.
fresher.
It's fresh.
But it's way too much work.
Yeah, and we.
Especially if you're gonna throw it into a mash, you won't even taste the difference.
Oh,
we
but we
keep it for
use
the
it. We
week.
use it all week. So we put it in our.
So one of the
put it in
things we do
our
for prep
salads.
is we cook stuff ahead of time. We have it all ready in the fridge all week. Like we cook quinoa ahead of time. We cook chicken ahead of time. It's
Uh-huh.
always in the fridge.
And that's what I was gonna say about the prep. But let's finish the
Yeah.
shepherd's pie first. And then instead of the mashed potatoes,
You make mashed cauliflower.
mashed cauliflower, or you can use sweet potatoes instead, yams. Put yams
like
on
yams.
it. Yams are
But
healthier for you.
I would not like that on a
It's
So
actually
mashed
really good.
pie.
Mashed cauliflower.
Mashed cauliflower, but we
Yeah.
put a little bit of cream cheese in ours, which is a recipe coming up
Yeah.
at some point soon.
Oh,
Of
good,
how to
hurry
make
up,
our
I
mashed
wanna see.
cauliflower.
Yeah.
I want to see.
But there you go. You put the ground turkey or chicken with the beef flavoring, corn, and then mashed cauliflower. You basically have a 0-point dinner there. If you can make it to be absolutely
Any meal is possible to do this with. You just grab what you have and you try to replace.
The other
things.
night on Friday night, we came home from work and it was late. We normally don't work we work at home on Fridays. We had cooked chicken in the fridge already from our breakfast, but we had 3 breasts left from the week because we made some late in the week. And then we were originally going to make pizza, but we had no yogurt to make our pizza crust with. So we got home, we had green beans, we had fried zucchini, or grilled zucchini on the barbecue, chicken, and mashed cauliflower. Everything was 0 points except for
And it
the
was
cream.
all in the fridge already.
It was practically all ready.
The only thing we had to do was the cauliflower, we had to boil it and mash it.
Boil the cauliflower and mash it.
That's easy.
Then we do.
So this is what I want to see from you guys.
Okay. Excellent.
I would like to see a video from you guys with a walkthrough of what your prep for the week looks like.
We already have
one.
one on there. Oh,
We
it's
already
already,
have one.
it's already
Yeah.
up there.
I should probably post our channel.
I think she should be watching our channel.
You've seen
I-
some of them. You've
I have
some
seen
of
some,
them.
Yeah.
I've seen most of them. I
Yeah.
just haven't seen all of them.
This is a
because-
really old one.
Well, you have a baby too, so
Yeah.
completely understand.
But we have a video that talks about everything we do every week for
Yeah,
prep.
and like our prep is not prep for
So
dinners.
like you open your fridge and
Yeah.
show
Oh, you-
everybody.
We started in the grocery
We
store.
started in the grocery store.
Get
Yeah.
out. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I should get on that.
She's got to start doing her homework.
Yeah.
Here I'm asking probably questions that you guys already know the answers to.
Yeah, but you know what? This is fun because this is a full chat, so people out there have the same questions.
It's
you
the
have.
same questions you
Yeah.
And
have.
so by talking about this discussion, it's giving them like an idea of what you're struggling with, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are struggling with the same thing. They see us where we're at now. You're thinking probably in your mind that you were saying earlier that it's easy for us now. It's not.
We
Right?
still have-
Well,
It's not
I would never say that it's easy
But it's-
for
if you
you,
thought-
but I would say that like it gets easier.
I
at
will
least.
say this.
It's
I will
easier
say
where it's
this.
like now we know what to do.
It's no longer in the forefront of our mind
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
but it's always in the back. It's always running in our head. Okay, how much did I eat today? What am I putting in my body? What choices can I make? There's these chips here, there's this here. What choice am I going to make?
It's about micro decisions.
It
exactly.
is. And it's about
And
non-
I really
learning
like
how
your
to
idea of like
non-mindless eating.
don't deprive yourself of whatever it is
No.
that you want to eat. Just modify it so that it's,
And not just that, like you can't deprive because it's not a way to live your life.
No.
You're never gonna not want to have a poutine, which is for me is my biggest weakness. I love it. I used to have it every time I go to a restaurant. I had it, right?
Yep. And he
Usually it was
doesn't have
double
it
cheese, and
ever
I never have it
anymore.
anymore. I have it maybe once a month, and I'm okay with that because it's an indulgence. I'm okay with not having it all the time. I know it's not going to do me well, but at home we make carrot poutines all the time.
Yeah.
carrot food. Okay, like I truthfully, when I see your like video titles and I look at them and I hear carrot poutine,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Ew. Sounds
That's
gross.
disgusting.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Pam and the kids last year came over and had it,
And they
couldn't even
loved
tell
it.
the difference
Yeah,
between
they
that
like,
and
really?
potatoes.
If you like sweet,
get out of here!
If you like,
You're
if
lying.
you like sweet potatoes,
Yeah.
right? You like
It's almost like sweet
sweet
potatoes.
potato fries? Tastes like a carrot. It's the
It's the
exact,
exact same thing. You
Like.
put cheese and
But
gravy
then you
on
put
that, and
cheese
you're
and gravy
good.
on it. And
Everything tastes better with cheese.
exactly.
And the
Cheese
thing is
and
that with the gravy, you get to make a 5-point poutine, which normally would be like a 20-point meal.
yeah.
And so and I know it's not exactly, but when you're eating it, you will have that same sensation. It satisfies me just as much.
Yeah.
And that's what your brain always wants. Remember I was saying earlier, if you're not hungry, if you're really hungry, you're gonna eat what you want to eat. If you're really hungry, you're eating that, it's gonna trigger that sensation of you having the poutine that you're actually looking for. And so same with a lot of the things that we've done, like doing our pizza, everything
yeah.
that we've made a healthier version of it. It still fills us and sustains us to give us that feeling.
Okay, yeah, question.
Yes.
Making a pizza. Did you make homemade pizza prior to
No.
WW?
Yes, we did.
We did. We made
Okay.
our own dough back in the day with flour and
Oil.
Well,
Okay,
we did once
So,
we made our
here's
pizza
my question.
dough from
how much longer does it take to prep a pizza that is...
It's less time than.
Get out!
You're the one you have to let it sit.
I made yeah.
What about the poutine? Is it
Poutine
longer?
Is just the same
How
amount.
much time do you really spend making meals every day?
So
How much
before when
time
we used to,
minutes making meals every
Like
day?
just like a
some meals take
Some
like 15
meals
minutes.
15 minutes.
Some
Some
meals-
meals maybe a half hour.
Yeah. Our weekly meals are usually simpler. Our weekend meals are a little more elaborate. We take more time. So pizza are usually on a weekend.
On weekends. We won't have pizza on the week. It'll be a
And you
Friday or
always help
Saturday.
him.
I always help him. Yeah. Well, most of the time. Like yesterday, I didn't help him.
No, I make the pizza dough alone. Usually, you don't make the
I
pizza
help
dough.
top it.
But you
and
top it. Yeah, he'll top it.
Like I don't make the
That's
dough.
so nice.
Yeah.
I wish I could help. Anyone want to come help me in my kitchen?
So
But
on
you can
that,
even
so
do
on
that.
that note, though, we should probably. It's been 40 minutes. We've been chatting for a long time.
You're gonna have to edit this.
No, we
No,
won't.
no,
we
this is
don't
going
edit.
live like
This is
this.
going live.
This is how we do it.
People are gonna watch 40 minutes.
Oh,
of
yeah.
this.
They will.
Especially the conversation we had today, because you brought up a lot of things that probably a lot of these
people wanted to
have
know
in
about.
these
Yeah,
questions.
maybe.
So thank you guys for watching.
Thanks
so
for watching.
So
Thanks for
Roya,
hosting
our
me.
guest, and we'll like we said,
Keep an eye
we'll
for
have we'll do another video in a month from now.
Maybe
or
we'll show the
Hopefully
baby
you'll
next
see
time.
less of me next time.
We'll see, right? And so thank you for watching. We're the WWE Gates. You can find us on Instagram and WWE Connect. I'm NikkiPoo999.
Terp7719.
And
Are you on Connect?
Oh yeah, I am.
Do you know your name?
handle is?
Royers. Royerz.
So you can also follow Roya if you want.
Follow
Give us
Roya
some
on Connect.
encouragement.
Yeah.
And
We
then-
need to- She needs to start posting on Connect more.
Yes.
That's
I
another
don't
thing you
post
need
on.
to do.
I think
You need
I've
to
maybe
start-
posted one.
Yeah.
We'll get her to start posting on.
And we're also on Twitter at WWE_gays. We're also on Facebook, WWE Gays from Fat to Fit. And this week's videos, we're doing on Tuesday, we're going to be doing a quick tip on...
I don't
I don't remember
remember.
anymore. But on Thursday, we're releasing I think we're doing our quinoa recipe. We're going to be posting an actual recipe for a quinoa. And then next Sunday, we are actually going to go live. We have decided that next Sunday at 8 p.m., we're going to do 8 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to do a live show where you guys can send us questions.
And we're gonna answer to
you guys live. So hopefully some of you guys can actually show up, because it would be kind of sad if we're sitting there alone. But
We'll find something
we'll
to
find
talk
something
about.
to talk about
We always
anyway.
do.
I will come on and send you some questions.
We'll entertain you guys with our
Yeah.
cats.
And then this Tuesday, he just pulled up. We're doing actually dinner time tips.
Dinner time tips.
Tips at dinner that can help you out to reduce your portions.
Not even
to,
about food, not
Yeah.
about the actual food itself, but other things you can do to help yourself from wanting to eat.
Yeah. And then
Or
and I think I said the right recipe. Right? We're doing the quinoa. Yeah, the quinoa. We have so many notes on this thing that we keep track of, so sometimes it's hard to keep.
We
track
actually want to do a video at one point, guys, about little things that we do to help us with our groceries, with all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that sometime.
So thanks for watching, and we'll see you this week.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
People, let me stop it.
Go up to it and